well, welcome to the new studio, guys. I wonder if the new studio deserves like maybe a different kind of an intro or something. Hey, what's going on, guys? Tony here, CCxRC. Today on the bench we have something new for the new studio from ARRMA. It is the 4x4 lineup update. This is the mega version of the Typhon. So ARRMA killed it in 2019. Lots of awesome new vehicles from them. They've gone ahead and they've done some revamps to the 4x4 lineup, which is like the 3S versions and then these mega versions, which pretty much run on the same type of platform as each other, but the other one has some upgrades for brushless. Well, this one right here, this one is brushless ready, and it comes in at 220 bucks, you guys, with all the upgrades that they've done to them, which are pretty significant. And we're going to talk about that as we unbox this thing. This lineup's going to be pretty sweet. I have a really, really good feeling about it. So let's unbox it. Alrighty, quick look around the box. Here's some of the things that they're saying are new. New rubber seal bearings, this new Spectrum SLT3 with the SLR 300 receiver, which this thing can be bound to the Tactic radios and receivers, which a lot of people will be really excited about. This is running the IC3, EC3 compatible connectors, which a lot of my batteries are, and it's got the brushless ready 37T diffs, and so this is going to be really, really good, guys. Power module, they've got this with sealed and sliding gear mesh, which is an upgrade as well. So many upgrades to this thing. It's kind of hard to talk about all of them. We'll go in here and look as well at the new servo, as well as how they're saying that they've got it so that the rocks and stuff won't get caught in there. What else? So many things on here. Here you can see what is new in the lineup with the Spectrum servo that's going to be in here. 20% more torque than the ADS5 that was in the last one. It's got the Mega 12-turn brushed 550 can motor in here, and then it's actually got this battery, 3300 milliamp hour nickel metal hydride. So it's a 7-cell, and it comes with the charger. Let's get it out of here. No more waiting. Oh, nice gentle lift up. There is the car. Man, I love the green and black with the white. You guys see that a lot in my stuff, so big fan of that color combo. Let's take off this protective cover they've got on here. Here's a look at everything that you're going to get in the package here. Technical pack here, little booklet that's going to show you kind of your quick things, how to get in and work on some of these. Boom, exploded parts as well. And then this is your kind of what's included. This is for all the 4x4 lineup. Going to show you how to do and operate and all of that. And it shows us here binding as well, how we do that with this particular setup. This one does require a little bind socket. So lots of info in here if you're new to RC. This is actually a great car for you. And so that's something you'll want to look through. Little tool packet here as well. Comes with your tool here for your 17 millimeter hexes that are on your wheels here. All right, so the next tool is this red one that we've got right here, and this has a couple different things it looks like it could be used for different vehicles. Definitely for this one, the back end of it here is used for adjusting your slipper clutch. So we'll take a look at that later. But basically, you kind of put it in here. You pull your drive shaft up and slide this in, and it allows you to then set it. So you push the car forward if you want it to go tighter while it's locked in, and in reverse to loosen it. So we'll take a look at that later on. And then you've got these clips here that you use. They're spacers for your shocks, for your preload. So they're preload spacers for that. And yeah, little plugs here for your ESC if you want to run as a LiPo and brakes and set that kind of stuff. I'm guessing these are extras, as well as a couple of little L wrenches here, Allen wrenches. You got 3 of these that would be used for the car. All right, so here is the new controller that so many people have been looking forward to, the SLT3. And you've got A/B switch here as well if you have a third channel. That's really cool. On the back here, we'll go through here, you got your steering reverse and your throttle reverse. So if your car is, when you're pulling the throttle to go forward, if it's going backwards, just flip this throttle reverse and it'll fix that. Same with your steering. If you turn left and it goes right, just reverse it. And then you've got here 50, 75, and 100. And that allows you to set the speed of the car for a new person, or if you're advanced, you'd want it at 100. But it'll limit the throttle of the car, which I really liked about the last controller. And I'm glad that they brought that over to this one as well. But it also has your steering rate here, which will be how much the front wheels turn for steering. If you're new and you're constantly driving all over the place, if you turn that down, the wheels won't turn as much. It'll help you go a little bit straighter and get used to it. And then you have throttle center and steering centers. And so that's basically trims, so that if it's not driving straight, you can just adjust the trim there and help it drive straight. Alrighty guys, here it is, the ARRMA Typhon MEGA. Check this out. We've gone through, looked at all the stuff like the radio and things like that. But what you want to see is this guy right here. And it is really, really nice looking. It feels good in your hand. There's some definite weight to it here. The shocks look pretty good and they feel pretty good as well. So what we're going to be doing today, guys, is we're going to look at this. And some of you guys may already be into RC and you're like, hey, we want the brushless one. I totally get it. But if you're getting into RC and you want a good starting point, this is where it's at. If you like the buggy style and you want to get something that has a battery and charger already, I definitely suggest looking into the 4x4 lineup. And the buggy is this awesome looking Typhon here in front of us. They have the Granite Monster truck, the Big Rock as well, and then they've got a short course truck. So me and my boys have the short course trucks that are the BLX brushless ones, and they're awesome. But we started with one of these MEGA ones, which is brushed, and it's a great way to get into it. And so let's take a look at the body here. It's got the retainers here for your clips, which is awesome. It does have two front mounts, which I really like. My 6S only has one that's in the center, but I like the way that they've set this up with two. And everything inside here is looking pretty spaced out and well laid out. And inside here, they've got a couple things that help with one, cracking and tearing, but they've got these little stickers, and they also mainly help with any body rub that may take the paint out, so, or wear the paint away. So that's nice. But I love this look with the red, white, black, green, gray, silver colors all come together to make this a really, really sick looking body. So we'll set that to the side, talk about the car a little bit here, get it up nice and close for you guys. Start with the wheels. They've got nice tread pattern to them. Look like they'll do pretty good off-road. And they are vented. If you see right here, there's a little hole, and they've got that on both sides of the tire. So on the other side right there, that's also vented. And so that's so if you go through puddles or water, because these are kind of water resistant, waterproof, and you know, they don't want to be submerged for long amounts of time, but they can take some water, and that allows it to drain out as you're driving. It'll throw the water out of those holes, exiting from the tire, so your foams won't rot all up. But as you can see here, they're plastic shock bodies, plastic shock tops. They're coilover springs on them, and they are oil filled. And one of the things that they did with this one is they put in silicone O-rings instead of rubber ones, which should really help with the leaking that plagued the last lineup of these. So they've listened, they've addressed the problem that we saw, which was the leaky shocks, and you know, they've come out with something new, and they've watched videos and heard from people that have made fixes for even the old ones with silicone rings, and so that's cool. Looking around the front here more, we're going to see that these are not adjustable turnbuckle type up here. These are going to be just solid plastic, so you don't have some of the adjustments here for your camber, toe in, toe out, any of that kind of thing. So That's all right. It's kind of set and forget it. It's a basher. You know, they come in at a low price point. And yeah, so up front here, the other thing that they have is there's a metal retainer in here that keeps the pin that runs through and holds the arms in place. That now has 2 screws that go into it to keep you from losing that. Sometimes you'd flex weird or bash hard and things would kind of separate a little bit on really hard landings and that would come out. Well, now it has 2 screws in it, holds it in place. You won't lose that, which is kind of a necessary part, holding in those hinge pins. So that is great to see. 17 millimeter hexes in here. Really great for this type of design and tire, and for getting upgraded wheels as well, kind of fitting with this. So I like that they went that route, kept that kind of hub even for their Mega lineup, because these are able to be upgraded to a brushless system by switching out your ESC and motor, and it's already got the type, the right slipper and diffs to be able to handle that, which is awesome. All right, so in here, let's keep looking around. I like how they've done these body post mounts here. They kind of get held in from the side as well. We were trying to figure out what this was in the unboxings, because they removed this to show how the steering all worked, with the steering servo being downward and the components being hidden by this. They'd removed that in the like drawings. But if you do look on the bottom, something that we didn't see in some of those other things is the holes here. So they've made this so that it's easier for rocks to come out and not jam up your steering. And so they can fall out of these holes, which is great. This whole module here removes with a few screws, allows you to pull these electronics out, get in here, swap out your electronics, which is great. So you pull out these screws and this top piece comes off of the case and you have your receiver in there. 12 turn brushed motor, 550 can, and yeah, it looks pretty good. And they do have adjustability now for setting your mesh, which is great to see that they've added that with these as well. You can change out your pinions, set your mesh easier, pulling this out. One screw removes this red piece here, it slides out, then you pull on these tabs on the top and it pulls that right out, so you can get in here, have this whole thing in your hand to be able to work on it. It's pretty slick. Just a few screws to get in here and get at everything. The battery here is a speed pack. It uses Velcro straps to hold it in. It does have the smart IC3 connector on it, right here. It is not a smart battery. It does not have that smart cable, but it is a 7-cell hump pack. It's a Speed Pack 2. I think I called it a 2 hump, but it's a Speed Pack 2, and it's a 3300 milliamp hour battery. So comes with it, pretty slick. Got your charger here. Go to town, get this thing charged up in a few hours, get it out bashing. So we'll just leave that out for now. I love that they use Velcro still for holding batteries in. Just very versatile, allows you to put in pretty much whatever you want. Let's look at how the slipper is set up here. We mentioned it before with this tool. What you do here is you pull this back like so, and it allows you, while you're pulling it back, you can slide this tool in and you can get it over the nut that's right in there to be able to set it. And we'll just let that sit back on there for now. But the way that I do it is, they say drive forward. Well, it doesn't really work super easily that way. So what I do is I simulate what that motion would be. So if I want to loosen it, I grab both the rear wheels and I twist backward, and I can feel it loosening the slipper up. But that's not what I want. I want mine to be tightened. If I take it all the way till it's really tight, I don't want to over tighten and be crazy, but that feels pretty good. It's tightened down, and then I'll usually come back just a little bit, like a half a turn of the tires. And then when I'm out there running, I'll know if it's slipping too much, and I can just use this tool. It's so easy to get in here and adjust it, that just keep it with you in your tool bag, and you can just set it real easily. Going around it, so it is a quick, easy to get out here drive shaft. You can pull it out to be able to work on stuff. Again, the one screw for this system is on the bottom. You remove that. Let's go ahead and do it right now. I'll show you how it works. So you just put this in. We're going to spin it out. so. And we'll show you how we can get all this out and worked on pretty quick. Now there's videos on how to do this on their website, photos, stuff like that. And so this piece now is just going to slide up and out. It just kind of, there's grooves that it slides into right here. But you can just pull it right up and out, like so. And then you're just going to grab on these pull tabs. I'm going to go from up here so I can keep it in for you to see. And you just kind of pull up on that and slide down on the motor here. And it comes right out for you to be able to work on. 3 screws right here. You can pull it out and you can get to your motor to be able to remove it if you have to replace it. Set your mesh differently, things like that. Also, if you want to check your slipper and things. But you can see your spur gear as well here. See if it's getting chewed up by anything. This one's nice and clean. It's brand new. So put it back in here. Just line it back up. There it goes. Here, click. I'm going to slide this piece back in. Like so. And then reinstall our 1 screw. Super easy. Some of the longer things I wouldn't do in an unboxing video. But this is easy enough to do. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is we're just going to reinstall our drive shaft, which you just slide right up here in the front. Get it lined up with the teeth on that. Push it in, line it up in the rear, and it's back in. That easy to, 1, replace it if you have to, and 2, remove it and then work on different things. So I love how they've made these things so easy to work on, especially for a beginner type car or new, getting you into the hobby and you're still learning about how all this stuff works. Having it be so easy is huge, especially with the diffs. So one of the things with this too is, with this ESC, which we haven't talked too much about here, is that it has these 2 little pins right here that are for your lipo in the front and your reverse in the back here. And these literally just pull out. You can see the 3 little pins that stick up, and depending on if you put them on the front to or the back to, it changes what setting it's in. So for a battery, if you put them in the front ones here, it puts it in the NIM battery pack, which comes with it. If you move it to the back side over here, it is set up for a lipo, like a 2S lipo. This is a waterproof ESC. Got a little on-off switch here with a little rubber guard, protect that. And what else haven't I talked about with this thing? Trying to find out what we haven't covered here. The wing feels nice and rigid. The shocks again feel really nice and plush. They absorb hits really well. The chassis is running hex hardware, which is great. Plastic arms, which is, what you get in just about all cars. Alright guys, so that's an overview unboxing of this thing, showing you the things that they've changed, and you can look on their website for all the things that they've gone ahead and changed as well. In case I missed anything, I tried to cover what I could based on going through the car and looking it over, as well as the box. But lots of things that they've done with these. Really cool to see this platform, especially for the buggy, and 4-wheel drive, $220. Really great deal that they've done. Thanks to ARRMA for sending this to us to show you guys. So they did send this one to me so that I could do a little review for you, show you what it does, what it's capable of. And so I really see this as a really great entry point into the RC hobby. Or maybe you're already into crawlers, but you want to try a basher. Something like this gets you into it, and you can upgrade and do what you want from there. But yeah, if you like buggies, this thing looks super cool. Great price point on it, 4-wheel drive. And yeah, we'll do some tests with it, speed tests with the nickel metal hydride. We'll swap it over to 2S lipo as well. And then we'll do some jumping, bashing, all of that, and just show you guys how this performs. I'm excited about it, and I think it's going to be a great vehicle for people. The last lineup I thought was already really good, and they've gone and made these updates like the controller and the shocks. And so it's only getting better. So thanks for tuning in as always, guys. If you want to check these out, or if you buy online, if you don't have a local hobby shop, I always push local, guys. Shop locally if you've got it. If you don't and you shop online, I do have links in the description below that do help this channel. It doesn't cost you any more, but it does support the CCxRC channel. If you use those links, they're affiliate links. But you know, that doesn't matter to me as much as you having fun in the hobby and supporting your local shop, or supporting your local YouTubers, however you want to do it. But thanks for tuning in as always, guys. Let me know what you think of this thing. Do you think it's going to be a pretty cool ripper? I do. And you know, maybe we'll convert to brushless even to show everybody that whole process and what you can do with these if you want to spend a little bit more, put in a cheap brushless system and really rip with it. So the possibilities, you know, they go up from here, and that's the good thing. And that's what I like about this hobby, is you can keep tweaking things, changing things to your liking, and just keep making them better. So thanks for tuning in. Have fun RCing. Catch you guys in the next video.